Here's an update on the Oughtred Beaver Canoe by Oughtred, one of my favorite designers. So you see I've got the forms on the Strongback, and I want to go over something some of you may wonder about if you've never built a boat like this before. So this is form number 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. All right, this is a symmetrical boat. The front, the bow, and the stern are identical. So the drawings give you 1 through 8, and you make 2 of each except for number 8. 8 is your middle form. So you make 2 of all these. So 7 is here and here. 6 is here and here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So what I wanted to show you is you're going to measure from the end of your building form, which is 14 feet long, because your other foot comes on the bow. You're going to measure back, and you're going to put a line at 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, or if you're building in metric, I don't know, let's say 300 whatever millimeters. But you get, well, I'm just going to use feet if you don't mind. So we're going to go 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot, etc. Now, important. The forms on the front go on this side of the line. So the line is here, all right? And then I mount the form. This is your 1 foot line right here. On the stern, it's the other way around, because you're basically building the bow and stern the same, but flipped. So on the stern, they're going on that side of the line. So what I do, and I'm open to being corrected if someone thinks there's a better way or if I'm wrong, but this is the way I've always done it, is I put these on that side of the line, I put these on this side of the line, and the middle form, which is number 8 on this particular boat, is on the middle of the line. The line is down the middle of this. So I mark my line, and then I move back half the width of my plywood, put a block, and I put the middle form on the middle of the line. These are forward of the line. Those are, well, let's see. I'm sorry. Well, these are this way of the line. These are that way of the line. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. Now, what I did, I just made these blocks square. I took them to the joiner, made sure my edges were squared, and I cut them all out of a piece of poplar, and I made them square as far as 90 degrees. I also made them square as far as they're the same height as width, and that way I don't have to worry about orienting them anyway. I just go to the drill press, I make my holes, I screw them down on the line that I drew. Now, I haven't screwed all of these in yet. So you see here where I drew my line, and I probably should have done this before I put all of them in. And then I put this right up on that line. Then I make sure this is down all the way. You see how that's not down all the way? So I'll hammer that down, and I'll hammer it in, and then well, it's hard to do and hold the phone, but then let's go to one that I've done. I'll screw it in with 2 screws. Now, in the past, when I was building boats, I would always bring this out further to give it some stability to keep it from flexing. I don't do that anymore, because if you're using really high quality, tight plywood with little to no voids, there are a couple of voids in this, but then, and it shouldn't flex. If you're putting enough pressure to flex that, you're doing something wrong. Now, all my forms, I marked the plank landings, the strake landings, so that when I'm laying out my strakes now, and Ian gives you these in the plans, all right? So now when I'm laying out the strakes, I when I'm spiling, I should say, I can put my spiling batten up here and I know where my lines are. But next thing I want to tell you, and you want to go, before I do that, I'm going to take fairing battens, lay them on the hull and make sure everything lines up good, because maybe I got one of these out of kilt and it'll show you. And I've got a makeshift fairing batten here. This is a little wide, but I just happen to have it. And you'll be able to lay it across, and everywhere you go, whoop, that's not screwed in. Hold on, sorry, I'm holding this. Everywhere you go, it should lay straight. This is too thin. I should make this a little thicker so that it doesn't bend in the middle. So we'll do that. And also I'm gonna look down these lines and I see a possible issue here. I gotta double check. I've got a mark there. I guess that top goes to here. So I need to double check. You see, I guess that is the line there, and this line would extend up beyond where I've cut out. Now, I mentioned this in another video, but you see what I did? I notched these for my keelson because I am building lap strake, not, end of the day, what do you call it? Strip built, all right? So the lap strake version has a keelson on the inside, all right? So I notched for it. And I'm probably going to extend my stem band back a little bit, notch for it, and kind of miter the two together. It's so that my keelson miters into my stem bands. And I'll figure that out as I go. Now, what I need to do still, make sure you carry your lines over. All right, carry them around the edge, because what we're gonna do next is we're going to bevel these edges, because the wood is going this way. So we want that edge beveled a little bit, and I'm gonna lose my marks when I did. These marks were so that I could transfer it. Look at my other video and you'll see how I did that. But I want this mark. I'm gonna bevel this edge, and then I'm gonna put these marks back once I get it all beveled, so that I know where all my planks land. And this is what she looks like. I drilled holes for clamps. That's optional, but I do recommend it. So there's our building forms. Now I've got these on some sawhorses. I'm gonna build legs and raise this up about a foot so it's closer to eye level. Just to get it done, I went ahead and set it on sawhorses for now. And starting with form 2, you do need to taper to here. Now I built a box beam. The plans call for just a U-beam, I guess you'd call it. But I went ahead and made it square, did a box beam, because I'm gonna be moving this around a lot. And I wanted to make sure it didn't flex or move. But somehow when I cut this, you see, this sticks out too far. So I'm gonna have to probably just cut that bottom part off. You don't need it, you just need this. But I do like having this out here to help hold it. So maybe what I'll do is just take a jigsaw, notch that a little bit, or a handsaw even, so that my planks can come across it without hitting. So that's where I am. Now I'm ready to just check all the forms with a fairing batten, and then bevel these so that my planks land smoothly across them. And let me show you with a solid piece of wood what I'm talking about. All right, my plank is going to be angling. So I want that plank to land, you see that gap, because it's landing on the outer edge. So I need to bevel this that way so that this gap goes away and the plank lands squarely all the way across. And you do that on all of them, except for number 8, which is your middle one, and it should be pretty much running straight there. If you wanted to be just really, really particular, you could bevel it this way and that way. I don't think you'll need to. So that is the update on the Oughtred Beaver Canoe. Stay tuned, and I'm just going to make videos as I get pieces done. Thank you.